What's up, everybody? I'm Paul Law, and coming on tonight to talk about a few things that's on my mind. As I have been going through the ups and the downs of business, um, there's a few things that I see that I just want to talk to you about, share with you things that are necessary to overcome in order to be successful. Um, One of the first things that I've noticed is that people don't like to see you grow. People don't like to see you change. Now, this has something to do with people in general when it comes to just your friends. They're used to you being that same person that you always were. Um, but it's also people who just see you for who you are to them. They're accustomed to you being the same old person. They're not going to allow you to be that new and changed and different and that fire underneath you person that you're striving to be. I've always been the kind of person that my mindset and my bank account has never matched, not yet, because my mindset is so huge, but I haven't always taken all the proper steps to ensure that I can build and build and build to match what I see in my mind. But I've gotten a lot better at it, and I am doing my best to show others how to be successful as well. It's just a growth thing. You have to allow your friends to be great. Remember telling a story about some friends of mine in the past on a previous post that I've done live, referring to how I became a fan of a friend of mine. And many of you know who I'm talking about who saw that post. It was a pretty popular post. But your friends have to allow you to grow. And I know for a fact that I'm the kind of person that I make sure and I allow my friends to grow. As a matter of fact, I don't ride the coattails. I am the kind of person that help build people up, and I will see the greatness in you and try to make that greatness even better. Like in music, I've always been around people in music. You may be able to sing better than me, you may be able to write better than me, but for some reason, I'm in the matrix and I can fine tune anything about you, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's relationship, whether it's partnership. It's just my gift. It's my discerning spirit. It's just what it is about me. But I'm not talking myself up. It's just how I am as a person. Something else that I've learned is that people don't, um, they just don't, they're just not accustomed to you being, that kind of thing. But the second thing that I do notice is that people don't believe what you say. But at the same time, they don't take the time to understand. And that's the hardest part because, you have friends and you have associates that you work with who know you, trust you, seen how you do your thing, watch how you work. But for some reason, when it comes down to some may see as a cockamamie scheme or something that seems so far-fetched that, yo, why is Paul Law going for something like that? Well, here's the thing. If you've always looked at me in particular as a person who's got a good mind, who is very humble, who is very who thinks things through, a person that doesn't take big risks and things like that. If you've always seen me as that kind of person, why would that change now? You know, that hasn't changed about me at all. I take my time, I do my research, and I make sure, especially at my age, that I don't do the kind of things that would crush me financially, crush me emotionally, crush me in general. So I'm the kind of person that does my research. I vet people. I investigate. I look into things. I make sure it's true um, from a stock market perspective, from a public traded perspective, from a business minded perspective. And the thing about me too is that I'm a very personable person. I don't like a lot of people, but the people that I do like, I make sure that I treat them right. And I do that because I've been treated wrong so much, you know? So I take the extra steps to be personal and to do things the right way and to treat people the right way. And so my point is, if I'm introducing you to something and you don't understand it, instead of, you know, just totally rejecting things that are being said from a business perspective or a personal perspective, why can't this time be a time where you just ask for understanding, just like any other time? Um, I always do my best to make sure, and I'd be more than happy to explain things to you in that way. The third thing I have learned um, doing this journey so far is to be you, be yourself. As a matter of fact, double down on being you. Um, don't don't let anybody tell you not to be yourself. Don't let anybody uh, make you think you crazy or nothing like that. Unless you a complete asshole, and you know if you are, let's keep it real. You know if you are. Unless you're a complete asshole, you have no reason to change who you are for anybody. The only way to be successful in life is to be yourself. Being acting like someone else is just going to give them more shine. They have their own ideas and you can't walk in that path because that's their idea. I come up in music, and that was my first love. That's my first passion. That was the first business I ever tried to do. And I came up at a time when there was one Michael Jackson, there was one Prince, there was shoot, one New Kids on the Block. You know what I mean? There's one Belle Biv DeVoe, there's one New Edition. There's a lot of boy bands, but there was always that one. And if when LL Cool J battled with some rapper with Kool Moe Dee, there was two separate rappers who had two different styles going at each other. But it wasn't like LL and Kool Moe Dee sounded the exact same. They were totally different artists. Nowadays, as you all know, there's a million Omarions. There's a whole bunch of Migos and different people who do the mumble rap. I mean, it's like a dozen of them now. But what I'm trying to say is, be you, be the best you, double down on being you, and don't let anybody change you. Um, the last thing that I wanted to say, totally unexpected. Let me also say this too. Drop a 1 if you're watching me live. Drop a 2 if you're watching me on a replay. And drop a flame if you're feeling what I'm saying. I want to know that I'm reaching you. I want to know that you understand where I'm coming from. This is the kind of thing, and just in network marketing and in business in general, you know, I can be great by myself, but we can be greater together. And that's the thing that I'm learning most. One of the biggest things that I'm learning is that even though you can be great by yourself, even though you can be successful by yourself, it's always a team, man. It's always a team that takes you to the top. Kevin Hart is the funny man, you know, but Kevin Hart knows he needs his team. He has the right team. He knows who he didn't need. He trimmed the fat. He knew who he didn't need, and he knows who he sticks with, who helps him be funny. You know, the same thing with The Rock. I love The Rock. The Rock has his team. He knows who Seven Bucks Productions is. He knows who he has to have on his team. His ex-wife is on his team. Moving on, they are in different relationships, and they still know each other. They know what it takes to be successful together. So what I'm trying to say is, you want to always have a great team around you, and there's nothing wrong with supporting each other, and it's important to do. Now, I started I'm Paul Law, the network, because I want to help create entrepreneurs by sharing information that is relevant and income producing while empowering like-minded and supportive individuals. You understand what I'm saying? We think alike. We like each other. We want to be great. And you have to take chances in order to do that. If you want to keep working the 40, 40, 40, 40 hours a week, 40 years of work, 40 years of retirement, possibly not 40 years, but 20 years of retirement. If you want to keep doing that, that's on you. But I believe that every person has the ability to be an entrepreneur. And it's all about opening up your mind and giving things a chance and listening to people who have your best interest at heart. And that's the hardest thing, not knowing for sure, because a lot of us have been damaged. A lot of us have been through a lot of bad situations, so you don't know who to trust. So I'm the kind of person who I'm doing my best, and I'm almost done here, doing my best to make sure people know that if you come into business with myself, some of the people that I associate with, we are the kind of people that we care. We have a product that cares. And if you want more information about anything that I do, please inbox me, message me here on the post. Please like, share, subscribe to my channels. Paul Law, the network is also on YouTube. This video will be uploaded to YouTube today, tonight. And I just want to say that I really appreciate the support that I have been getting, all the likes that I have been getting, all of the people who are paying attention to the things that I'm saying. You know, I found myself having to build trust, because as I said, people have been so damaged in business that they don't trust anybody, and they find that they think that everything's a get rich quick scheme. They think that everything's some kind of scheme. But I want to tell you something. The business that I'm in, network marketing, working with World Global Network, the Hilo, all that stuff, being Mr. Hilo, if it was a get rich quick scheme, I'd already be rich, and it would have been a lot quicker than this. So I'm letting you know that's not the case. There's a process. There are ways to build your business. I've gotten better at learning how to build the business, and that's the reason why I want to share my knowledge and what I've learned with you. So I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down now. Again, please like, please share, please subscribe to Paul Law, the network. I appreciate your time. It's the Hilo, and I'm out. Peace.